Hey guys, welcome to Tactical Tuesday, a weekly series that's not so much about showing off those games where everything went right, but instead is about taking a closer look at those games that we can learn from. Let's get this started. Alright, so we spawned Hummers, and I find both of these spawns to be about even. The nice thing about spawning Hummers is you usually start off the game with CB, which puts you in the lead, and then you're in this spot to let them funnel in through long tunnel as you defend B. That works out okay. The nice thing about spawning on the other side, on the alpha side, is you can take alpha and then camp the stairs, and it's pretty common for me to build up a kill streak, either a 5 or a 7 or something along those lines, as I kill the guys, and they're really vulnerable because I'm head glitching at the bottom of the stairs, and they're coming out of B-Dom. This is the spot pretty much where I get my kills, and that's how I start off my games from the two different spawns. What I have going on now is I want to get B back, and I killed the guy. I thought I had it cleared out. I haven't seen another person, so I'm watching I had intended to watch the door by Hummers, but this guy took me down. I had no idea he was there. I don't know if you guys spotted him during that, but it's an 18-man game on Dome, which isn't all that common. But, when that happens, there's going to be people in all sort of little nooks and crannies, and maybe I should have taken a longer look for this guy. Now, right about here, I mentally made the decision to throw a nade on the right, and then I was going to travel up the left-hand side. This is something I do a lot. I close one door and walk through the other. This concept of doors is essential to what I think of when I play Call of Duty. It turned out to be a mistake. I probably should have taken a peek around this corner first, because you don't always have time to do what you want. Lucky for me, I panic spawned. Look at this, right here back next to him. Now watch this. This is something I do a lot too. I'm going to slow it down as I show you. I shut the one door, maybe soften them up with that grenade, and then I come around the other side and I clean these guys up. I get 1, 2 kills here, and I probably could have gotten a third if it was really required. There's a third. Hey, yeah, see, I could have. And now I'm just guarding A because I feel overwhelmed, and I think they know where I am. I don't realize there's an enemy UAV up, so you can watch how this goes down. It's not pretty. They know exactly where I am, and they take me out. But that one play I did is a good one. This whole concept, you throw the nade on one side, you come around the other, and you take care of business. It works out for me a lot. Not that time. They shot me through the crate. But get your shot off, get your cover. Get your shot off, get your cover. It's essential to it's one of the things I feel like I do right in Call of Duty, right? I don't do everything right, that's for sure. But soften them up with a nade, come around the corner and finish them off. That is something that works out really well for me, and I do it whenever I can. The challenge, and you see it was the first learning experience in this gameplay, is when you don't have time for it. That's one of the hardest parts, and it's one of the reasons in this game that I switched from frag grenades to semtexes. I used frag grenades throughout most of Call of Duty. I like them more. They used to have a slightly bigger explosive radius, and in Black Ops I felt like I had the time to cook them. So if you were patient, if you were doing your thing, then you were all set. That was a good play. But in Modern Warfare 3, just the nature of these maps, the nature of the gunfights, it feels like I'm always bumping into a bad guy, literally bumping into bad guys, and I don't have the time to cook nades. So I grab semtexes, I just toss them and go with whatever timing they come with. That's something new. That's new to Modern Warfare 3, because in previous Call of Duties, I felt like I had the time I needed to cook nades. So look at the mini-map in the top left. I am in this big pack of guys headed over towards Charlie. And that's when I decide I don't want to be in a big pack, right? One of the things I feel like you're supposed to be doing as a player is finding out where the weak spots are, finding out where your support is needed. And I felt like that, we had already pushed map control beyond A, and they were headed towards C. They don't need me. I'm going to move back. I'm going to go to B, and it turns out there was a guy taking it, and so I got in that group instead. Now there's pack going to B in the end, but that sort of concept of analyzing where your team needs you is a good idea. On both of those deaths, I had no idea those guys were there. It's a busy game type, and they kind of got me. This is a tough spot right here for a guy with a shotgun. Do you see that spot right in front of me? That little nook that the guy, if he backed up a few feet, would be into? If I had an assault rifle or an LMG, that's the spot I like to be. I like to go in there, pop out, kill the guys down the hall, pop back, do my thing. If I need to shut the door, I can throw a stun, heal up, and repeat the process. With a 6-man dome match, that works out for me more than it doesn't. It's a good move. What I have here is a striker, which means that I'm pretty much unarmed on this long hallway, and it's a problem. So I don't have a good idea on how to take this hallway, and as it works out, you'll see I kind of just get overwhelmed. Yep, they caught me sprinting, and I didn't realize there were going to be so many of them. But, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Now, I'm really aware that just like 2 or 3 more people came out of that door. That's why I threw the pre-nade. I thought they'd be running towards Alpha by then. And I'm still wondering, where these guys are, right? I caught them, way up there at the top of the steps, and I don't know. I guess they didn't head towards Alpha. They must have gone down past Sidewalk. I completely lost them. Now, here's a nade that I throw all the time, and I hit 0% of the time. I really need to go into a private lobby and figure that out. Knowing that they're out there, the smart move probably would have been to pre-stun through the windows, but I guess I didn't think of it at the time. Whatever, I'm not a perfect player. And here I am trying to take A. This is something that I do fairly well, although it didn't work out for me right there, which is, popping in and out of cover. It's how I use shotguns. I take cover, pop over, come back, and I show up and deliver a huge amount of damage. That's what shotguns do well. And by the time they're ready to shoot back, the damage is done. Hopefully they're dead. If they're not dead, I'm behind cover and there. So we've all seen the sort of lag that we experience with bullet registration. That same lag exists with every other aspect of the game regarding things that move. If I pop out from cover, if I stand up behind a barrel and you couldn't see me before, that information is slightly delayed as it gets to you, and it's become a major part of my game. Like I'm always sort of popping out, initiating that gunfight, and then popping back. It's how I use shotguns. It's how I use other guns, but especially shotguns. So let's keep this thing rolling. So our team's in a pretty good spot. We have AB, and those are they have the C spawn and only the C spawn, which really stinks. I find that to be one of the tougher spawn traps to break. So all I really want to do here is lock down, what I can do, which is A. I'm not interested at all in popping over. I don't want to take Charlie. I don't want to come out of this map. I just want to be right here, preventing them from getting to A-Dom. And it shucks. I would say that this is a part of the game that's working out well. I was stunned, and I couldn't avoid that nade that they had thrown in there. So I had this notion, hold Alpha. I had this notion that, since stuns don't impact how fast you reload or how fast you throw stuns and nades, maybe I'd be able to get away from that nade on the ground by throwing it. But that's not how it worked out. I was too late to make the decision, and it blew up in my hand, giving me a death. So let's keep this thing going. All right, take a look at this engagement. This guy is too far. I do not want to get into a gunfight with him with this striker in my hands. He has some sort of long distance range. I'm pretty much unarmed at this point. So here's what I do. Step 1, get the heck out of there. I'm shot. I didn't know that was going to happen, but it did. I'm glad I got out when I did. Step 2, close the door behind me. I do this all the time. There are always these paths. They're going to go this way or that way. What he's going to see on the ground is a grenade indicator pointing right at him. He is really unlikely to start running towards that thing to his death. If he does, it's a kill. But that grenade wasn't really designed to kill. What it was really designed to do is get this guy off my back because I'm not in the gunfight that I want to be in. Now, I don't know if it was him or not, but somebody really clever threw a grenade randomly over the tarp into the ADOM area and took me out. But just the same, that was an example of closing the door. This concept of doors is essential to the way that I play Call of Duty. I'm always trying to, prevent him from going this way, pop in another, or prevent him from going this way and just running the heck away. Because, if you can shut that door, if you can control the way that your other guys, the traffic flow, the patterns that they take, then you're going to be at the advantage. That, by the way, I think everybody knows it, but it's a good place to capture C. I saw 2 guys right in the middle of it, and it worked out for them. It was a safe time to cap C. But as a general practice, I always like to go to the little, protected areas. What if you do have to guard it? What if those 2 guys got shot in the middle? I would be the hidden one that they didn't know about, grabbing C from the secret. And did you see that right there? That guy let 3 people in the door before I walked in and then shot me in the back. Good play, but, whatever. I guess I could have checked my corner better than I did. But maybe you guys saw him there. I don't know. But to me, I was surprised, and I guess he had a good play. Now on this map, I'm always afraid of being in the C Domination spawn trap, so I'm not afraid to push A if it means a triple cap, and then we can give up something else. You know, we'll give up C if we can get A in exchange. So all I'm doing here is going back and pushing A, pushing A, pushing A. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but I think I got an afterlife, yep. But you know, that's why, even though we have 2 flags, I'm pushing a 3rd one. It's because one of the flags we have I consider pretty undesirable. I'm not a big fan of CDOM on Dome. Maybe you guys are awesome and you figured out some way in which CDOM is really advantageous. But to me, it's the lowest point on the map, and you're kind of trapped in there, and I try to avoid that spawn if I can do it. So I'm just healing up, and it didn't work. Upon reviewing, I saw that guy on the mini-map in the top left. But during the gameplay, I guess I wasn't aware enough or something, because you know, I didn't catch him as he was there. What are you going to do? Here I am closing the door behind me and pushing to get map control over on ADOM. But somebody with a Predator missile was really aware of the same thing. And what are you going to do? Get stuck, bitch. I like this series. So my team is capping A, and my first instinct is usually to jump right on A and help him out with that. But in this case, I did see that guy on the railing. I did see that he was getting kills, and as a matter of fact, I think I buzz-killed him right there, so it was a good thing that I did. No, I didn't buzz-kill him. He was calling in an airstrike at the time. So, yeah, you know, I took him out, and I think I worked my way up to my own kill streak in a moment here. We'll see if I'm right. So a lot of guys fuss about the striker. I don't think it's, you know, they nerfed it a couple of times. I think that the world generally agrees that the AA-12 is the new top shotgun in the game. But I still kind of like the striker. I've always had a good time with it, and it's one of my private match classes, so that's why I set that up. And here I am. Oh, I think I have an airstrike to call in. Yep, and I'll do that. And the game is just about won at this point. It's 194 to 146. I have Blast Shield. That's helped a lot. Blast Shield Striker is a nice combo for Dome. I have a good time with it. And if you navigate this map to avoid the long ones, like, you know, you didn't see me running by Sidewalk a whole lot. You didn't see me running, you know, around the Hummers area a whole lot, because that's where the long lines of sight are. Instead, you saw me spend a lot of time by crates, where you can pop in and out and generally catch guys who are close to you. You saw me spend time in bottom dome, and I think I was a big part. Well, I mean, it was definitely a part of the team's win. I led this lobby, if I see right. But, you know, the reason that it worked out so well is I had a close engagement gun, and I kept all my engagements on my terms, most of them anyway, and I hope you guys enjoyed the series. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a like. I always appreciate that. If you see something in this video that you think I should have pointed out, something I did smart or something that I did not so smart, then leave a comment and let me know. And I'll be checking out the comments for other learning opportunities, maybe things that I can share in you know, the next Tactical Tuesday. 2 videos you may have missed. The top one is Mail Monday, and that's always a real popular series. I do it. I think you guys know the deal. It covers sex, but it also covers some stuff that that we don't usually talk about, and I'm pretty happy with it. And the bottom one is F. Kyle. So it's a video where I kind of bare my soul a little bit and talk about what's going on inside of me. So I don't know. It was real popular. I saw the ratings on it, and people liked it, so you might like it too. And finally, if you're new to the channel, then you can click on subscribe, that blue box in the top right, and catch the rest of my videos. Have a good day.